And good morning, it's Dan. So in this video I want to talk about why we stopped taking on individual website projects. And good morning, hope you're well today. Nice and sunny, a little bit chilly, but just on our way to CrossFit. But just this weekend we made a decision in the business, and one that impacts the way that we do stuff, and I think it'll be a really good decision, but it might not be, and we might have to change it back. So what is the decision? So what we decided was that we're no longer going to do individual websites for like new customers, really. We still do websites for existing monthly paying customers, but we don't do them for people who just come on board and go, you know what, I want a website, it's £500, and what tends to happen is a number of things. First up, they pay £500 and then seem to expect that they have the entire business at their disposal, but we just sat around waiting for their 500 quid, and that £500 feeds everybody for the next 6 months, and it really doesn't. It's such a small percentage of income for what we already get, and it takes such an enormous amount of resourcing. It takes my time, it takes our content coordinator's time, it takes our website designer's time, obviously, it takes our graphic design team time, and all that resources that's then allocated to this one-off website for a customer that isn't then going to buy anything else. All that resourcing comes off our existing monthly paying customers, who actually pay 99% of all our income, right? Which does pay the food for the next 6 months because they're repeat customers. And so it was actually a really difficult decision to make, but I think it's the right decision, and it's the right decision because the distractions that we get, I mean, as soon as we made the decision, the distractions that we get, the kryptonite was lifted off. Like, oh, thank God, no more having to deal with individual website clients that are going to take up all the resourcing and not going to come and buy anything else. They just want a cheap website. And then sometimes, you know, to help people out, because that's our first endeavour, is to help people, right? We do a website for like £300, £400, £500, 350 quid, whatever. And then they're the worst customers, because you do a cheap website to help them out, and they're the most demanding customers. And yet our other clients who are paying £1,000, £1,500 or £2,000 every single month and have done for the last 2 years, those guys are like, yeah, just do this, do that, and it's done. We know what we want. In fact, we're going to them and saying, you know, we're not doing enough for you, can we do this and this and this? And they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And so we get to build this relationship up. And you know, really, the older I get, it's more about relationships. It's not about one-off bits of income. And you know, is that 500 quid here and there, is that useful from time to time? Of course it is. It's still cash flow, it still pays some bills. But is it worth the distraction away from our regular clients? No, it's really not. So we want to get the focus back onto our normal regular clients so that they can be looked after in a way that they should actually be looked after. Instead of being at the back of the listing and not getting the attention that they need. That's not what we want to do. We want to be able to give them, put them at the front of the queue so that they get the best of resources, the best access, the primary resources, and so on, so that they can actually grow their business in a way that's conducive and we can help them. Because I know that when we look at the actual results of what we do for those people, the results are huge. They're enormous. Like, I mean, we're talking, you know, millions of views, for example, on some of our clients for Facebook videos and YouTube videos, like millions. One guy had a TikTok, 2 TikTok videos, over 1 million views and over 3.5 million views. And then, you know, hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of property, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of property, from a standing start on a new business to actually closing property. And you look at this, you know, we got one client, we just did 20 grand additional revenue that he wasn't getting before in 8 weeks. And obviously we can't do that for everybody, you know, we can't, but when they are existing regular clients, we can put our care and attention onto those guys and help them get more. And then just finally on this, which may help your business as well. And it's like this idea that, you know, you get this one-off client and that's brilliant, £500, oh yeah. You know, the money's always nice, but there's no opportunity to build that relationship. And it takes as much, if not more, effort to close a one-off £500 website as it does closing a £1,500 a month regular marketing client that's going to stay with us for 12 months. One brings in, what, 1,500 quid times 12, that's £18,000, and the other pays 500 quid. It's just not worth it. And so in your own business, you've got to make this decision as well. It's very difficult to do because you have to acknowledge that you are going to say no to making some extra cash. Very challenging to do, but I think, and as I said right at the start, we might regret this decision, but I think it's the right decision. And so for the rest of this year, we'll just test it and we'll just see what's actually going on. Unfortunately, we had sent out a proposal to a client for a website, and it took weeks to come back to us, like weeks. And we pushed them, we're like, oh, we've not made a decision who we're going to go with yet. And they're kind of squeezing us on price, and well, we're speaking to 5 other people. Eventually they came back to us, and it's like, guys, you've missed the boat. We've decided this weekend we're not doing it. And they're really disappointed, and it's like, you should have jumped on it. You're squeezing us on blooming price so much that could have been the trigger point for us to go, do you know what, I can't be bothered with this. Can't be bothered, you know, dropping our pants on price to win website business with clients who are going to be so fussy, because the cheaper clients are the fussier clients. Very challenging to make those decisions, but like I say, maybe it'll be the right decision, maybe it'll be absolutely the wrong decision. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, I hope that's useful for you, and I hope you can kind of place that into your business and what you're doing in your business, and it gives you some ideas there as well. All right, we'll catch up with you on the next one. Have a good day. Take care.